Hola, how are you guys? Um, to be honest with you, like I'm not really good with this, like keeping up with YouTube stuff. Like as soon as I wanted to make a YouTube video, tell me why your boy got two jobs, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna have time. But like I want to stay committed, so I'm gonna make time. Um, so my first video was kind of like I don't even know, to be honest with you. I needed to put something out there because I'm the type of person that I'll record so many videos. Like I have tons of videos like of me going like to places and like it's just like I don't know. You know how like sometimes we're our biggest critics? That's pretty much what it is. And like that's the one thing that's been stopping me from posting YouTube videos. I just but that's why I have to do it. All right? Um to get out of my comfort zone or else I'm going to live in this bubble of fear of like, you know? So, introducing myself. Most of you guys know who I am, like, well, sort of. Actually, let me reintroduce myself because most of you guys don't know who I am. So, my name's Charlie, Charlie Vega. Most of you guys know me like as Charlie Mac, like on my like Instagram and stuff. Um, yeah, that's pretty much. Texas has like the biggest mosquitoes. Like, it's not even funny. Not biggest, but like just mosquitoes in general. Introducing myself. I like poetry. That's like my sister gave me this, and like I've just been writing poetry in this. Like you got my name on it. Like bam, I love her. Um, Working is a hobby, whether I like it or not. It's like I do it all the time. Favorite sports. Next, favorite TV shows. Currently, it is. I'm not gonna lie. I love watching Supergirl with my little sister. Also, 13 Reasons Why. I mean, Selena, beside from the fact that Selena Gomez like sing a song. No, I'm just kidding. I'll save that for another video. Maybe not. Maybe not. Um, you guys are probably asking why I do videos like with like trees in the background and stuff. That's like one of my favorite things. Like I adore nature. It's so peaceful, you know, and it's somewhere where you can be for your like be by yourself and just kind of relax and just I do like to tell stories. That's one thing I love to do. So this is like perfect. Um I just don't know which ones to share. Like some are very personal, but like that I personally want to keep to myself and to like a couple of people, you know. But others are like I don't mind sharing. I don't know like how deep into go into this, like how personal to get. Um how personal can I get? So, one thing about me is that I do my best as a person, you know, to have a relationship with God. Am I religious? I guess you can say that. When people ask me that, it kind of throws me off because, like, I feel like when you're labeled as religious, you're expected to be this, like, perfect person. And, like, honestly, that's not who I am at all. And it's not, like, and that's not what it's, like, that's not what it's supposed to be like. And that's not how it is. But people from, like, who aren't religious kind of expect the word religion. Like it's just a big expectation. So I say I'm not religious, but like I do have a really close relationship with Jesus. Um, but I do want to share like a testimony like that's happened to me before. So 2015, it was like a really fun year. You know, I was in LA. I was having like a really good time, just enjoying life, like, you know, pursuing acting and just working at Dunkin' Donuts and just I was having fun. Like, you know, of course I had to work, like, but shout out to my Dunkin' Donut peeps over there, Hollywood. And Tino, actually. Um, I still love you guys. Uh, but there was a point in time where like one day I woke up, and for the longest time, my biggest goal in life was to become rich and famous. I didn't care how I did it, but I was gonna do it. Looking back at it now, that's kind of like, there's more to that. But that was my goal. And one day I wake up and my feeling of like the urge I had, to become famous, to become rich, like it just it vanished like that. And it kind of threw me off a little bit because I was like, why? Why don't I want to be famous anymore? Or why is this not in my heart? Like that was really weird for me because this was a goal for me like for the longest time. I have asked, actually I was telling one of my friends, Amanda, about this, and she was telling me that um, I was being convicted. And I had told her, I was like, what does that mean? At this point, I was not like, I did my thank yous and I prayed every once in a while, but like, God wasn't on my mind like how He is today. Let's just put it that way. So when I had asked her, I'm trying to make this like not too long. So when I had asked her, she had told me I'm being convicted, and like, she basically meant like God's calling me. To me, like that threw me off because I didn't even know that could happen. What? Um. So I started talking to my friend Chanel, and she's a Christian, and she had told me, if you want an answer, fast. And I was like, fast? What is that? Fasting. Uh, so for 2 days I fasted, and just drinking water, and praying and talking to God. And after those 2 days, coincidentally, what a coincidence, that night, that I had a friend call me, and this friend was telling me, was answering my questions for me, questions that I had. But, and keep in mind, I haven't talked to this friend in like a couple weeks. So out of nowhere that night, um, he messages me. I was on my way home. I had called my dad and I had told him, like, Dad, I'm having this feeling, something's telling me to go home. And he's telling me like, you're more than welcome to come back. But I didn't want to leave, everything I was starting, like the friends I made, like at the time I was actually in a relationship. So like I didn't want to leave any of that behind because I was happy. Like I was happy where I was at. Um but my friend had told me, Chanel had told me, if God is calling you, it's for something serious, you know. And we may never know what it is because, we don't know. Or maybe we will. Maybe He'll show me, He knows past, present, and future. But at the time, I thought about it and I was like, would I be crazy if I went back? Like, went back to Texas for the second time. The first time was because my parents told me to. But, like, the second time, like, would I be crazy? And I did. Well, first I wasn't sure. So let me put that way. First I wasn't sure if I should have listened or not. But what I did do was, um, I fasted for 2 days, no water, no nothing. And then, he actually gave me a vision. And this vision was of a child. And it's like, I knew this child. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never seen this light before. I've never seen this child before, but it was a beautiful child. But when I saw this child, like I just started crying, and I was just like, I felt connection to this child, and I was just like, that just kind of confirmed it. Like I don't know, it made me feel peaceful. Like it gave me a sign that yes, Texas is like what I should be doing, going back and listening to God, and that's what I did. So when I first started, the first 4 or 5 months, they were horrible because one, I missed everything I left back in LA. Two, I completely started. They just texted me, and I know I'm gonna get off track if I look at it, so I'm not gonna look at it. Um, but yeah, for the first 4 or 5 months, it was really hard, and I was just like, God, I'm here, and I'm literally doing the same thing as I left. Why did you call me here? Why did you bring me here? And it was kind of frustrating. I'm not going to lie. It was I did not understand it, and I was not too happy about it. It was. I don't want to say I was depressed, but I was definitely not. I don't know. I was just show me something, give me something, tell me something. So, next thing you know, I get out of church and I see this Acts retreat sign, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna go to this retreat. I go to this retreat. It completely like yeah, I felt amazing after, and I wanted to continue. I was like, I want to keep feeling this fire that I have for Jesus. I want to, whatever this is, I want more of it. So I just kept studying my Bible, and I just kept, reading and talking to God. And then, let me tell you what happened. Because it was pretty damn scary, actually. Then, before I went to the retreat, I wanted to know more. I wanted to know more about the spiritual world. I know there's more out there. And I was like, I want to know more. There's more than just this. This is beautiful, yes, but there's more than this. So I was looking into astral projecting. I tried doing it a couple times. One time I did it by accident. I was probably out of my body for a second, and I saw a figure. It was transparent, but kind of dark grayish, and it was just there. Literally. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about this real fast. It was hanging like this, like that. And I thought that was my brother. I thought this was real life, so I'm telling my brother, get off of there, get off of there. Next thing you know, I realize it's just transparent and it's dark and just and I go back into my body. And I know this was real because this was literally within 15 minutes of falling asleep. I remember looking at the time. But fast forward into last year, after the whole retreat, things were going good. And one night, I actually, I have an out-of-body experience. And in this out-of-body experience, it was... Is that my brother? Oh, that's my brother. What is he doing over here? Anyways. Okay. So it was an out-of-body experience. And in this out-of-body experience, so first it was a lucid dream. And in comes this dog. I don't remember the color of the dog. It was dark brownish, but it was a pretty big dog. And this dog comes in, right? So I open the door, and I'm just what are you doing here, And I'm just let me just scoot him out of here. So I opened the door, and I literally just, my house door, and he just walked outside, and that's it. That was it, right? So I'm walking upstairs. Steve! So I'm walking upstairs, and as I turn around, and by this time, this was real. I don't know how to explain it. This time, I turn around, and there's this 7 foot, 8 foot, completely dark figure with snake eyes. It was pretty scary. But the way he smiled at me, it's like he knew he was going to scare me. And I'm not gonna lie, I did get scared. So when I got scared, I'm just like, and I run downstairs. And as I'm running downstairs, he appears right there in front of me. And I'm freaking out because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, and as I go upstairs, he's there in front of me again, and I'm just trying to like, trying to hit him or something, and nothing happens. And I'm trying to say, God, Jesus, nothing is coming out of my mouth. I'm like, nothing, until I scream, Abba. For those of you who don't know, Abba means God. And when I screamed that word, I actually woke up screaming that word. Like, it actually happened. Right away, like, I went on Twitter and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just had like the craziest dream, blah, blah. One of my friends told me like, hey, have you been trying to get close to God? And I was like, yes, I have. And apparently, that's what the enemy does. The second you try to get close to God is the second that they start to bother you. So this threw me off a bit because I was like, wait, I have to deal with this if I'm going to get close to God? Like, what? Not exactly, though. Because as long as you keep going towards God, like, eventually He will stop. He will stop. But I have, since then, you know, it's made me stronger, and, like, God didn't allow Him to hurt me at all whatsoever. Like, yes, I saw Him, but that was it. He didn't hurt me. He didn't touch me. Nothing. You know, God still protected me. And that's been my testimony. And you know what? Like, and since then, being close to God has brought me to a lot of trials. Like, I've been growing as a person. Yes, these trials can be hard sometimes, but what can I do, you know? And honestly, part of me, like, did not want to share this video because people who don't know this or, like, don't understand are going to think I'm crazy. And, like, honestly, I really don't care if you think I'm crazy. Like, I think I'm crazy. But if you do understand, like, yeah, I mean, you get me. But yeah, that's pretty much like about me and my testimony and why I'm back here in California. That's pretty much why, not California, why I'm back here in Texas. What else? I think that's it. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm not trying to make this video like super duper long. But if you guys could just, like, you know, pray for me and, like, pray for this world, and we all need a prayer. It never hurts. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, like, I hope you guys have a good day. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.